Jordan, does this day feel any different to you at all?
In terms of any other days?
Yeah, any other day. So you weren't number one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, for the most part, OTAs, I was doing most of the number one reps, but it definitely feels different just being the guy. Um, you know, kind of not looking over your shoulder, just being able to control it in your own way.
Jordan, what is it like being out there? You're the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, I mean, the first official OTAs this week?
Feels good. I think there's a lot of energy out there. I'm excited to be out there, being the guy, excited to be around these guys and just get a chance to get more reps and just start building that chemistry with everybody.
Jordan, we see one day of practice, 3 or 4 each week. So, I mean, I know what the numbers were today, but what will you look at to take out of this, and what's going to be a successful, practice day for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still early right now. This is our first week starting live, practicing against the defense. So it's not perfect right now, and we know it's not going to be perfect. So I think the meter for us is just continue building, make sure we're doing the right things in the right place on routes and route depth, timing, things like that. Working that, building that trust on just taking the meeting room to the field and make sure everything's dialed in that aspect.
Can't play till you play, Jordan. But how much, to go off your last point there, is the expectation of you knowing what OTAs are like, what the system is like, what the preparation is like, what procedures are like? How much does that help you now, not being a true rookie and all that?
Oh no, it helps a lot. Just haven't been through it a couple times, knowing kind of how practice goes, how practice, just the operation of practice, and then obviously just knowing the playbook, feeling comfortable with that. It's a lot different than my rookie year.
What's the process like with these young guys for you, and what can you do to help kind of accelerate that whole building the chemistry process?
Yeah, I mean, it's just trying to get them going as fast as they can, get them in the book, understanding the offense, understanding where they need to be, timing the routes, and just understanding kind of how we want every route to be run, because it's obviously a new offense for them. As a rookie, your head's spinning a little bit, and just I think the quicker we can get them going, I know it's not going to be easy for them. It's going to take time, but the more reps they get, the better.
Hey, Jordan, along those lines, I said you had a couple of call-up unscripted periods today. How do you think that will accelerate everyone's thought process of trying to hone this thing down and get it down as fast as possible?
Yeah, no, the call-up periods are great just because, I mean, that's how it is in the game. That's the most game-like reps we get, and especially for the young guys. You see the night before kind of what plays are on the script, and you kind of memorize those. So the call periods, you got to really hone in to what play is being called and just lock into the play. So
you had 2 or 3 touchdowns there at the end of practice. Is that important building blocks for you, or have you been here long enough that you don't need, a good stretch here and there as far as how you evaluate your day?
No, I think that's always fun. Okay. Scoring touchdowns, I'd rather that than incomplete pass, something like that. So I think it was great. Obviously the first red zone period we had wasn't as great. I think for us to be able to finish like that was a huge step for us today.
There's a lot of new faces out there. Do you have everyone's names down? I mean, how tough is that?
No, it's definitely tough. That's the hardest part, is just learning everybody's names. Also, we have like so many new intern coaches too, so it's just a lot of new faces. I've done a pretty good job of learning everybody's name, trying to learn everybody's name, but that's one of the hardest things.
Along those lines, with all the new faces, do you feel like it's a different energy this off-season so far?
Yeah, no, I do. I think it's a new energy. A lot of the young guys who've kind of been in backup roles before are kind of thrusted into the front now. So and there's just a lot more reps. People are having more opportunities to get those reps. But yeah, I feel like it's a great energy out there right now.
Are any of those young guys turning to you? Are they looking to you for advice? Any of those young guys, are they coming to you for advice or leadership?
Oh yeah, for sure. The wideouts especially, they'll come to me, ask questions, and I'll give them pointers here and there too. But just being on the same page, the more we be on the same page, the better our chemistry will be able to build.
Going off of that, there was the Green Bay standard, there was the Rodgers standard. What does the Jordan Love standard look like going into practice, going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone that's been here has kind of been able to see the standard that's been set by the guys that have been here before, and I think we just continue to do that, carry it over. It's just great practice habits, trying to build that consistency every day, and, just being able to give it everything you got at practice every day, not take any reps off and not take any rep for granted.
Jordan, how do you make sure that the receivers know they can come to you whenever they want? I assume you want that back and forth when, maybe in the past, a young guy comes in here and it's a little bit intimidating or whatever to go to the quarterback.
Yeah, no, I think it's also easier. I'm a younger guy, so I think they can relate a little bit better to me. But I mean, I try and be open with all these guys, talk to them, and just let them know if there's anything they need to ask me. Like, I'm an open book. But I try and let everybody know that I'm an open book. Like, come ask me, come talk to me. I'm trying to build that chemistry with all of them.
Have guys, the veterans on this offense, have guys like A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, David Ellen been kind of lifting you up through this whole transition?
Yeah, no, they've all been awesome. Just through this transition, they've been great. I mean, they've been great to me in the past as well, but they've all been positive with everything, and also just continue to give me pointers for things I need to work on, things we need to be addressing with the young guys to get them all on the same page. They've been good.
What are your thoughts on the Green Bay and the Packers hosting the NFL draft in 2 years?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I think that would be pretty cool to get everybody out here. I'm not sure how many hotels we'll have for everybody out here, but it'll be nice to be hosting the draft.
Jordan, these aren't your first installs, but it's the first time having it installed for you. How is this?
Say it again, sorry.
These aren't your first installs, obviously. You've had this phase, but it's the first time having it installed for you. How is that different?
Yeah, no, I think this year the installs are a little bit different, just in terms of the way we're calling things and how we put the installs together. It's different than the way it's been in the past, so it is a little new. We kind of honed into what plays we ran more in the past and are putting those at the forefront of the new, like install 1, install 2. So it's a little bit different, but yeah, it's like you said, it's not my first time learning it, so it's easier to pick up on things faster, and it's easier for me to be able to help the young guys come along and tell them exactly what needs to be done.
As fun as the touchdown spree is, this is the time of year that's not on the slate, right? This is the time where it doesn't count. You're building for something. How much do you take this time of year and use it? Okay, it's okay to make mistakes and find out where those boundaries are for yourself.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is definitely the time to do that. Practice is a time to push the boundaries, test things. And like I said, this is our first or second practice live, so the timing's a little off with everybody because we've been going routes versus air, things like that. So just kind of build that timing and get the as many reps we can, but we know it's not going to be perfect. We love when we can capitalize and score touchdowns, things like that, but just don't get down on ourselves when the play's not perfect or it goes off schedule, things don't work out as we want.
How have you seen Christian, Romeo, and Samori step up in this young wide receiver room? Obviously, the group of you are kind of the vets now.
Yeah, no, they've all stepped up. They are the vets in the room now, and I think they've done a great job just talking in the meetings. Talking through when we put in the installs, they're the ones talking through. Matt's asking the questions, and they have the answers ready. They know what they're doing. So they've done a great job with that, just kind of showing the young guys exactly what they need to be on top of, what they need to be thinking of when these plays are called.
A lot of red zone work, especially today. Does it feel a little chaotic out there, only being the second practice, or feeling pretty calm when you're going through those red zone drills?
Yeah, no, I think it is chaotic right now. It's our second practice. Everyone has a lot of energy out there, a lot of juice. Everyone's trying to make plays. And also not being in pads, like going live without pads is up front, it's a little chaotic. But I think everybody's doing a good job. We were competing out there today. There was a couple plays where people end up on the ground, things like that. It got a little chippy. You don't want to see that, but it's good to see everybody competing. I'm happy with that.
From the leadership standpoint, is it one of those things where every day that goes by you feel more comfortable in that role?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of those things, just keep building it every day and just keep growing with myself. But, I felt comfortable so far, stepping up as a leader more and talking more, just being more vocal with guys.
How much did the past couple of years being able to learn from Aaron help you with that leadership role if it's not something that you're coming in as a true rookie and having to do?
Yeah, no, it's been great. Just being able to see how he interacted with guys, how he led the team. He's been doing it a very long time, so just being able to see that was awesome. Something that, if I came in as a rookie and was put in that role, that it'd be a little different. I wouldn't be able to get that perspective to see how he did it. And we just have to kind of make my own. But being able to see that, I can see what I like, see what I don't like, things like that. So.
Hey, Jordan, sometimes his leadership style was to get after guys and chew their ass out a little bit. How is that part of your leadership style, and how do you kind of
there are going to be times where you obviously have to do it, but it doesn't strike me as that's your favorite way to go about it.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the things that, I haven't been that's not kind of how I've been in the past, but I think there's a lot of great things. Like you just see how much he's demanding of people, and like the urgency he expects things to be on, because we got to build this thing fast. Young guys come in, we got to have that urgency to get on the same page, and so I think it was great to be able to see that. And then, like I said, I just build that into the way I lead. It's not always been my leadership way, but if you're not feeling that urgency from guys, you kind of got to demand that. So.
Who's the most demanding of you as far as your teammates and coaches? Is there somebody that you feel demands the most out of you?
Yeah, no, I think it starts up top. I think Matt does a great job. He demands a lot out of me. He's done that since I've been here. In the quarterback room, Tom and Steno, they both demand a lot out of the quarterback position and me and myself. But I think the vets that have been here, been able to see it. They do a great job just holding me to that standard as well. If something's not going perfect, they pat me on the back, tell me kind of pick it up, and things like that. So they do a great job.
Jordan, you talked about kind of managing the ups and downs, which are to be expected during this time of year. You're obviously super conscientious and you want to succeed. So when you get done here today, do you go home and not think about football at all? Do you how do you kind of keep the work-life balance, given the spotlight that's on you and the expectations that are being put on you?
Yeah, no, I'm always pretty eager to get home and watch the tape. I like being able to see it as fast as possible, just go back through it and see what happened, see what mistakes were made, see what things I did well, and just learn from it. That's what I like to do right after. And then after that, kind of chill. But yeah, right after this, I'm just eager to see what happened, see everything that went down on the field.